Aries symbol. The moon spends another day in your sector of joy and pleasure, dear Aries, and you seek stimulating and refreshing activities. A Saturn-Uranus square is forming, and it's the final of three aspects that first appeared in February. Tensions related to shifting money sources or a changing attitude toward personal possessions will likely feel less stressful as you move forward. You're finding ways to better manage uncertainties with money or feelings of security that have affected your friendships and happiness pursuits. Fortunately, this week is good for a realization or discovery that pushes you to take charge of your life. Avoiding problems has likely been an issue in recent months, and it may have caused anxiety that crept into many areas of life, subtly undermining general happiness. Now, you're beginning to feel more confident that you can overcome insecurities that have kept you stagnant. Taurus symbol. The moon spends another day in your sector of home, family, security, and personal life, dear Taurus. You seek some comfort and space to center yourself. However, today's energies can take you on a bit of a ride as Saturn and Uranus are heading to a square aspect. Fortunately, it's the last of three such transits that have been with you since early in the year, and a resolution is in sight. Your needs for both independence and stability have been intense and quite difficult to integrate. It's a time to free yourself from outdated habits while also building new and healthy habits. You're moving ahead with fewer misconceptions or false hopes. Gemini symbol. The moon spends another day in your communications sector, stirring your curiosity, dear Gemini. You can feel a little wired in spots, however, with Saturn and Uranus about to form a square. You may have been struggling with letting go of the past or long-standing problems. However, as you pursue a more structured, responsible lifestyle, you recognize the need to tidy things up. While frequent sidetracking may have been problematic, you're finding ways to manage your time more effectively. As you simplify, you're also reducing stress. You're also putting your sensitivities to good use by helping and understanding others rather than allowing insecurities to slow you down. Cancer symbol. Strong feelings can emerge, motivating you to pursue your interests confidently, dear Cancer. Chiron's recent direct turn encourages you to work with your insecurities regarding your life path or direction instead of allowing them to limit you. Still, the day's energies tend to stimulate rebelliousness. A Saturn-Uranus aspect influences the day, and you see your social life at odds with your inner world or intimate life. Part of you is experimenting or dabbling, but the need to specialize and focus on one absorbing project or relationship is also strong. There could be clashes or cross-purposes between a friend and a lover that needs special attention. However, this process pushes you to break free from bad habits while building new, healthier ones. Leo. The moon spends the day in your sign, dear Leo, inclining you to pay special attention to your feelings, which are particularly colorful at this time. With Chiron now direct, you're likely to feel better equipped mentally and emotionally to deal with issues that were buried or swept under the carpet. You're also less inclined to allow insecurities to hold you back from pursuing your desires, particularly those related to education, sharing your ideas, and speaking your mind. A Saturn-Uranus transit is in play today, bringing up a theme that's been with you much of the year. You're recognizing that you're growing through more responsibility or maturity in your relationships. You could feel rebellious today, wanting to break free from what limits you, yet also drawn to a steady path. Conflicts with someone can emerge if your attention is divided or if your goals seem out of reach or not understandable. Virgo, there may be discoveries about emotions or insecurities that have been operating just below the surface of things, dear Virgo. You're beginning to feel better equipped to deal with them, and soon enough, insecurities won't have the same power to hold you back from pursuing what and who you want. The moon spends another day in your solar 12th house, signaling the need to restore your energy. You're more contemplative than action-oriented. The final of 3 Saturn-Uranus squares is in effect today. Since February, your duties, health programs, and self-care efforts may have frequently clashed with your increased desire to learn, debate, and share. Getting to a better balance has been a challenge and goal. It hasn't been easy to be productive without succumbing to distractions. However, you're learning to balance your activities and responsibilities to avoid feeling overwhelmed or divided, and solutions are around the corner. Libra, now that Chiron is direct, dear Libra, you're in a more active position to deal with complicated feelings, you're more willing to face them and sort them out. You might get to the bottom of an issue that was previously confusing. It's time to consider ways to improve your connections with others, particularly a partner, in the weeks ahead. The moon spends another day in your sector of dreams, plans, wishes, and friends, motivating you to connect with your happiness goals. Nevertheless, there's a somewhat rebellious spirit to the day as Saturn and Uranus approach their final square of 3. Since February, giving too much of your time or resources to others may have been an issue, sometimes leaving you feeling discouraged or unappreciated. The desire for freedom from certain obligations to others has frequently clashed with more commitment in your love life, children, or dependents, or creative and leisure pursuits. You're breaking free of unhealthy dependencies and attachments, and while it's not always a smooth ride, it's a good time to clear the deck for new beginnings. You're far less tolerant of unsupportive relationships and superficial pastimes or hobbies. Your strong sense of responsibility should get you on the right track, and resolutions are in sight. Scorpio, you are goal-oriented and practical-minded with the moon in your solar 10th house again today, dear Scorpio. With Chiron's recent direct turn, your confidence in your ability to make changes that help you heal is steadily improving. Daily routines, work, or health and fitness matters stand to benefit. You're prepared to fight insecurities or use them to help or guide others rather than nurse your wounds now and in the coming months. The final of 3 Saturn-Uranus squares is in play now. While there may have been an unreliable or erratic theme with one-to-one relationships that disrupted other life departments, resolutions are in sight. This transit challenges you to balance your need for emotional or psychic space with your changing relationship needs. Sagittarius, the moon spends another day in your solar 9th house of spirit, dear Sagittarius, and you may want to explore something new as you seek a change of pace. With Chiron's recent direct turn, there can be a personal epiphany or circumstance that pushes you to take charge of a problem area or come to an understanding of a problem. A Saturn-Uranus square comes into influence today, reminding you to find a balance but generating some tension. Watch for nervousness that interferes with your comfort, health, and equilibrium or work output. Stress or pressure in your daily affairs or with learning and connecting can weigh on your outlook and health or job and chores. This is a time to recognize the need to improve routines and schedules. Capricorn, the moon spends another day in your solar 8th house, dear Capricorn, and some introspection can be beneficial. You're a little more strategic, preferring to observe than jump into action. It's a good thing with the Saturn-Uranus square influencing the day, which can stir some tension. This transit first occurred in February, and then it returned in June. It's making its final pass today. You may have found your desire for security to be at odds with your need to branch out. Your urges and needs for love, spontaneity, and creative expression may often clash with a strong desire to settle in and get comfortable. However, you're arriving at a place of better management of these diverging needs. Fortunately, you're now feeling more equipped to handle problems in your personal life. Aquarius vital truths are coming to light this week, dear Aquarius, and they can stir up all sorts of unusual or mixed feelings. Fortunately, they are also likely to lead to critical personal changes and improvements. You may be adjusting the ways you communicate or your mental outlook, bringing benefits your way. A Saturn-Uranus square influencing the day is the final of three. The first happened earlier this year, and with today's transit, you're starting to move on. It could be that changes or unexpected situations in your home or personal life have sometimes upended your personal plans or initiatives. However, you're finding ways to strengthen your life and build endurance and patience. Pisces, the moon spends another day in your solar 6th house of work and health, dear Pisces, and you're paying more attention than usual to the details, your chores, or your routines. Problem areas stand out. With Saturn and Uranus about to form their final square before parting ways, there can be some tension or pressure. You're working on letting go of the tendency to overthink things. Aim to avoid communicating too quickly or compulsively today. Fortunately, you're finding ways to improve and resolve matters. Increasingly now, you feel proud or respected for your contributions and value.